Yeah. It's the Friday vibe, the Hugo Smoke Show. No work on the horizon, let the good times flow. Grab a smoke, let's light it up. Stream the show, it's time to erupt. Kick back, unwind, let the laughter ring. Weekends calling, let's smoke and sing. Hugo Smokes is here, the party's alive. Join the fun, this is where we thrive. It's the Friday vibe, the Hugo Smoke Show. No work on the horizon, let the good times flow. Grab a smoke, let's light it up. Stream the show, it's time to erupt. Kick back, unwind, let the laughter ring. Weekends calling, let's smoke and sing. Hugo Smokes is here, the party's alive. Join the fun, this is where we thrive. Let the laughter ring. Weekends calling, let's smoke and sing. Hugo Smokes is here, the party's alive. Join the fun, this is where we thrive.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to episode 54 of the TGIF show. My name is Hugo Smokes. And what's going on, everybody? Let's go ahead and take a roll call. We got Angelito on Instagram, My Cigar of the Day. Welcome, Angelito. How you doing? On YouTube. He said, aquí estoy. That shit's funny. Edgar, what's up, bro? Fucking CP time. Órale, vato. Sean's in the house. What's up, Sean? Good morning, brother. Got the Papi Chulo in the house. Peter, what's up? We got the other Papi Chulo in the house. Miguelito. What's happening, Miguelito? Epicurean Smokes. What's up? Great episode last night with the boys. That's right, huh? By the way, this is just an educational episode. Just talking about some education topics here. So we're not smoking cigars. It's just a prop. Angel on Instagram saying, what's good? Cagapalo. All is well, my brother. Awesome, bro. Good to see you in here. Good to see you thriving. Hopefully you're smoking a banger, or maybe you're going to smoke a banger later in the day. My boy Alex on Instagram just joined. What's up, Alex? Alejandro. I actually jumped ahead of the gun a little bit and already lit up because I was doing some things out here in the front. But this is a cigar from JR Cigars, and it is part of their Puro Origin or Pure Origin house blend project series, whatever. So it's a house blend that I believe there's two right now, and they're waiting on one more. They have this one, which is called Terra de Andes. Andes, in the South American continent. So I think this one has some fillers from Peru, and it has Sumatra binder and the Ecuador Habano wrapper. But the point of this line is to depict rare tobaccos from the world. They also have a Nicaragua Puro, which is they have a Omatepe from the island of Omatepe in Nicaragua. And I believe they're supposed to have a Connecticut I'm not sure if the Connecticut is out yet. I didn't see it anywhere, but I'm assuming it's gonna come out sometime. And I already see Peter saying Master Ash send me those. Yes, Master Ash, I believe, is the only uh cigar reviewer that has a review on these on YouTube. So I was like, I'll just do it on live. And it's a house blend, so you know, keeping up with the theme here, house blends, Connecticut, stuff like that. But Peter, I don't know, man. It started off super like earthy and like uh, it's got like a spice, but it's not like a pepper spice. It's more like of a dry cayenne pepper spice, if you know what I'm saying. Like almost like like the cardamom, but cardamom has like a little bit of sweetness. So this one has not the sweetness. So um it's getting a little bit better here, finishing up the first third. The retro hails thing was like medium already, like at startup, and it's consistent. But I mean, I don't know. It's a cool project, I guess. Like to depict tobaccos from around the world. I actually picked up some Peruvian puros when I was down there. I've only smoked, I believe, two of the Petit Coronas I brought, and those are pretty good. I'm not tasting any of the notes that I picked up on this cigar yet, but if I do, it should be pretty good. And so we got Epicurean smokes here. So cigar smoking golfer, yeah, the end. So we're talking about today cigar content. What the heck is happening with cigar content on, especially on YouTube, right? I mean, I'm not sure if everybody here is familiar with the YouTube TOS community guidelines things, but apparently there's been a change uh, in the past week or week and a half. So we're gonna talk about that in a bit. But let me know what you guys are smoking. Angelito on Instagram, my cigar of the day is smoking the SP 1014 red, and then he's got a Trinidad lined up. Nice. Hopefully that's a Cuban Trinidad because those are pretty good. Superman joined on Instagram, and my boy Kuno joined on Instagram as well. Awesome. Hell yeah. Good start to this Friday morning. By the way, notice I'm not wearing a sweater. It's going to be fucking hot this weekend here in LA. Um, Tomorrow's going to be the peak. It's nearing the three digits. I think it's going to be like 97, 98 here where I'm at. Yeah, man, it's got that spice on the retrohale, but it's like a red, chili spice, and they still have that earth and like cayenne pepper spice on the palate. So, um, uh, Angel's like, yes, it's a Cuban, sir. How dare you ask? Well, I didn't ask. It was actually a statement. I said, I hope it's a Cuban. But hell yeah, man, hell yeah. Um, what up, B? Where you been at, man? What's up? How's life? How's life? How you been, man? Um, yeah, man. Let me know what you guys are smoking. I know that I'm supposed to say your area code. I forgot if it's 917 or 914 in the house. It's been a while. What's up, man? Has cigar journey helped your experiences? When did you start starting your journey? Can you elaborate? Great question, Ben. Great question. Um, yes, it has, because it forces you to, or at least me, it forces me to actually dissect the cigar. Um, jotting down notes, and a lot of times I chicken scratch, man. I scratch out stuff like, hey, I think I'm getting fucking apples or whatever, right? But no, 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 it's actually pear, you know. So it's a good exercise if you're reviewing a cigar. Because obviously you have your summary and you can record those notes, right? Like, or not even notes, like just experiences, right? Like, I'm getting pepper, it's smooth, it's harsh. So yes, and I started, I think right away. I think I started jotting stuff right away. Didn't get an actual cigar journal per se, maybe like a month into me recording videos, but I'm already into my, I'm gonna be into my I'm already into my, I'm finishing up the second one and I'm going into my third one. So I already ordered a third one because should be wrapping up that one soon. But I highly recommend that, man. Yeah. And then for me, you know, as far as like smoking cigars for review, I like smoking solo because it really helps me concentrate. Sometimes I'm in the virtual as well, right? Like you guys know, right? Um, but but yeah, I mean it's a fun exercise. If you care about jotting down your thoughts, if not, then just smoke the cigar for the experience, right? So I'm kind of looking into it. Um, Obviously, I'm gonna say I don't want to be too carried away, but sometimes I find myself, especially like on Wednesday nights, where like we've got maybe 20, 25 minutes left of the show, and I'm debating whether I should light up another cigar or just sit here and talk, you know. So if I have a nice bulb ready, I could just tear that up, what, like in 15, 20 minutes, right? Um, so yeah, so definitely gonna be looking into that. I know that some guys send me some links. I mean, some guys send me some links, so I'll be looking into that for Father's Day. Mark is smoking the JDM Black for sure. Angel is asking what's going on with cigar content. I'm gonna get into that right now, brother. But it has to do with the YouTube TOS community guidelines and stuff like that. We got Tan the Man Stogies in the house on Instagram. Good morning, brother. What are you smoking this morning? 914. Thank you, bro. Thank you. And thank you for coming back after a nice little hiatus, man. I know that sometimes, life prevents us from joining these videos, and that's fine. I'm not going anywhere unless I'm forced to. Oh, nice, bro. Where that my buddy just took off in his fucking big rig. I don't know if you guys can hear it. Where are you located? Where do you play golf, bro? I know that a lot of people that play golf are into cigars, so that's pretty cool. I don't need another expensive hobby. Cigars are already expensive as it is, and I've heard that time slots or tea times or games or whatever can go up to like what, like a few Benjamins, right? So yeah, I just take to Top Golf or the driving range. A solo show before the live. No, dude, I was actually just setting up right here, and I was like, let me light up while I set up. I was actually Even though I started 2 minutes after 8, I was already ready, had breakfast and everything. So, and then it was pretty stagnant here. So I actually had my front cover rolled halfway up, but it was too much light. So the image was gonna be like fucked up. So I was like, nah, um let me pull that shit down. Good morning, mija. I asked that shit already. Good morning, mijo. What's up, bro? Hey, man. This is the time where I can show off this thing. Don't really care about if it's I don't know. Actually, what I've been doing on the reviews, sometimes when you hold out the ash, and this happened to me with the Opus 25 I just smoked. Every third had to keep ashing it because it wouldn't it wouldn't be producing enough smoke. So I had to ash it, and then like it would breathe, and then it would. So every cigar is different. So that's why I'm saying, like, you know, that's why I always say, like, you have to listen to your cigar for pace, for burn issues, for stuff like that. And it's a rule that I always live by. Like, I don't treat every cigar the same. I let the cigar, kind of tell me how it wants to fucking burn, right? So Angel is saying cigars are not a hobby, it's a lifestyle. Yes, for many of us, it's turned into a lifestyle. I agree with that. And but for some of us, it's still a hobby, right? There's still periodic smokers, um, and there's enthusiasts, and there's just cigar smokers, which I'm assuming that's when it's like a lifestyle. It's part of your life. Yeah, you're right. Bro, it's Feet Finder. Feet Finder. The Hoya Black is a solid smoke. All right, cool. Nice. I've only smoked Hoya. Uh, fuck, I forgot the name. It's the one with the red band, the Connecticut, and it was pretty solid. A little bit spicy, but it had some interesting notes in there, like dried fruit or something like that. So, but I do have a Hoya Cinco de Cinco, and I want to try the what is it, the Numero Uno, the Lancero, whatever it's called, Presidencial or whatever. Ah, you used to be John Fiorivento. Oh, Fiorvento. Nice. Okay, I remember you now for sure, bro. Yes, sir. Yeah, but most people play public courses for cheap. Ah, okay. So I guess I'm referring to my homie that fucking plays in Desert Hot Springs area. He gets hooked up a lot of the times, but I've heard that fucking guy pays like sometimes like a couple $100 for a tea time. I don't know. It was 3 minutes, bro. The fuck. There it goes. Hey, perf, your wish came true, bro. I just asked. Yeah, but this cigar is not getting any balance at all, man. It's just that earthy, dry cayenne pepper on the palate. I was getting like a little bit of like nutty roastiness in the first third at the beginning, but um that didn't come back. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Edgar, I think I need that OF link. I paid for the wrong Patreon. And yes, my brother, yes, the Antano. Thank you very much. Or Antonio, or something like that. But yeah, man. So YouTube guidelines, like I probably shouldn't even be smoking this cigar on camera now because so I don't have the previous version of the rules because obviously they update them, so I don't think they're archived. I didn't dig that deep, but but what they're saying is that, and let me share this because we're gonna go over it right now. How do you share this? Right here and right here. All right, here we go. So this is the page where you go and it tells you the community guidelines. Um, and this is specifically for illegal or regulated goods or services policy. So a regulated good is anything that's regulated by an agency. Obviously, this one's regulated by the FDA, I guess. I'm not sure what other agencies, maybe the ATF also, right? Uh, or I think it's reviewed by the FDA, regulated by ATF. Um, so this qualifies because it's tobacco. Um, so what they're saying, so I saw this little video, and the little video pretty much says like, if you're showing stuff on your video uh, that promotes or even exhibits items that are on the list, which is like tobacco, firearms, porn, freaking oh dude, they even have like videos of like academic cheating because nowadays with the whole chat GPT thing, like fucking kids go in there and they type in their homework questions or whatever, and boom, they got like a whole fucking paragraph of like um they get their whole essay done, right? So that's included in there. um so this just tells you like, if you see somebody uh violating the guidelines, you can be a whistleblower and click this link here. I hope none of you click that link right now, but so here's exactly what it's saying. It's saying what this policy means for you. If you're posting content, don't post content on YouTube if it aims to directly sell, link, or facilitate access to any of the regulated goods listed below. And there's a whole list which says alcohol, bank account passwords, stolen credit cards, other financial information, counterfeit documents or currency, controlled narcotics or other drugs, explosives, organs, endangered species or parts of endangered species. Wow. Firearms and including firearm accessories. And here's where it actually calls out the cigar stuff. It's nicotine, including vaping products. So they're grouping this with nicotine, I'm assuming. And then there's online gambling sites not certified by Google, pharmaceuticals without prescription, escort services, OnlyFans, unlicensed medical services, and human smuggling. It's crazy. So, you know, I guess nicotine applies to, because it does have a certain amount of nicotine, you're right. But, as we all know, most nicotine is extracted or removed when the tobacco veins are stripped off of the leaf, right? And it's still depending on the strain or leaf origin. There's like 5 to 15% left of tobacco content, right? So it's pretty. I guess it would. Yeah, it's got nicotine, but me personally, I hardly get like the nicotine rush or nicotine sickness, but It goes on to say, if you're providing links or contact information such as phone numbers, emails, or other means of contact where hard drugs or certain poisonous substances or purchases, your channel may be terminated. So I don't think any of us in our circle, include that type of information. If anything, we include our personal information. So the question is, are they kind of like saying like, well, you're providing your own information, you're smoking this cigar online, so you're promoting it, you know? I've been kind of trying to be like very careful and not say like I recommend, um I just kind of stick to my, being like a, I just kind of say like, my experience. I know I relate it to my experience. I don't say you should go out and buy this or whatever, right? Um, some people are now saying that, or I've already seen like putting like disclaimer, like, hey, this content is for educational purposes only. But the thing is that I think it goes on to say like if you show the product on your video, that's already like a no-no. So, doesn't really matter if you put that disclaimer, I guess. I don't know. I mean, for now, I guess, just fucking put it on there to fucking stretch out the life of your channel. I don't know. Um Check it out. It says additionally, the following content isn't allowed on YouTube. Hard drug use, poison sale, and instructional cheating. Content which provides instructions for academic cheating. So the fucking how to go on Chat GPT and fucking find the answer to, a certain formula or whatever. And obviously external links are completely unacceptable. Uh, links that link to retailers or sellers of these prohibited items, right? Let's see who Realm Cigars is on Instagram. What's up, brother? Good morning, bro. Good morning, Tiff and Ghost Get Your Ends Up. Good morning. For you that are just joining, I am smoking the Terra de Andes, which I'm assuming that's Tierra de Andes, right? The land of the Andes. JR Cigars. And this is the Pure Origin house blend line. It's got some Peruvian tobacco in here, Sumatra and Ecuador Habano, Sumatra binder, Ecuador Habano wrapper. So I mean, it just goes on to show you like all these examples, right? Like, I don't know how well informed you guys are, but there's like people. I mean, there's always been like like credit card fraud and stuff like that, but there's like people that are actually like using that to their advantage now. Like, you can even like hit up people and like it's like a half price type of deal. Like they'll purchase something off of a website and then you give them half. Obviously, it's with the stolen credit card, So that's on here. Crazy. Selling counterfeit passports or providing instructions on creating forged official documents. Yeah, I mean, you can find anything online now, right? Like the internet is like has become like our worst enemy and our best friend at the same time. It's crazy. But let's see if there's something that applies to actually caffeine. I'm sorry, caffeine, nicotine. I thought I saw something here. Oh, here. Content that promotes a product that contains drugs, nicotine, or a controlled substance. So, promotes, like, how are you going to interpret that? Like, promotes, like, as in you're encouraging people to smoke it? Does that mean also Exactly. And that's where I'm getting at. Like, what exactly is promoting? Like, you know, because I don't tell people to smoke this cigar. I'm just saying my experience and what I'm rating it, and if I would smoke it again. So, but they might see it as like, no, you're fucking promoting the cigar. You know, like you're showing people, so people are gonna wanna try it. You know, again, it's basically we are at their mercy. You know, we're at their mercy. I haven't got any. When I first started, I was using like I didn't know, like I was using like trademark copyrighted music, but that's only like a warning, like, hey, um if your channel was to be monetized, which it isn't, this could be an issue. What's up, Lizette? Good morning. Buenos dias. So yeah, so that's that. And again, I don't know what the previous version of this says, but that's what it says right now. And I don't know if there was. I didn't get like a email or nothing like that, but it's kind of been like a hot topic around the cigar circle. So I thought I'd bring it up and you know bring some awareness to people that create content. Listen to your cigar, listening to your lady. Speed up, slow down. Oh, vato loco. You took it there, huh? For sure, for sure. It's called Ashplay on OnlyFans. Let's see. Exactly. Yes, you're right. And I think we should all be careful and we should all be aware of what's going on, because we're all in this together. Obviously, we don't want our channels to be canceled. We enjoy making content. We enjoy smoking uh, on the live shows, right? It's fucking fun. So I think you know bringing awareness and just letting people know, because I've actually caught some stuff off of like our friends here. It's been a while, but right off the bat I was like, hey bro, you linked something you shouldn't be linking in there. Like, you should probably edit that shit out. And yeah, sure enough, bro. But yeah, so your usual tomato contains about 7.1 micrograms. Oh, microgram of gram. Wait, what? 7.1 micrograms per gram of nicotine. Satire, maybe. I guess tomato content could be banned. Yeah. And, I kind of looked up nicotine content in cigarettes versus cigars. I mean, based on, I don't know. I forget what source it was. I don't know if it's a trusted source or verified source. I forget what the thing was, but I looked at a few. So it was saying that um, a cigarette has, depending on the size, I think 12 to 18 grams of nicotine content per stick. And a cigar has anywhere from 50, or no, what's the lowest number? I think it was 35 is the lowest, to like 115 grams. Supposedly, that's what they said. I don't know how much. Let me see. Cause like a cigar weighs like what, half an ounce, right? So I don't know if that makes sense. Or an ounce. Last time I checked. Maybe it's like about an ounce. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, about an ounce. Let me see. How much does a cigar weigh? Now it's saying 2.5 to 3.5 grams, which is convert that. Nah, that doesn't make sense because I can send, well, maybe because I can send like six cigars in a bomb, and with the packaging and everything, that's about nine. Wait, how much is it? 4, 6, 12 ounces. So I'm attributing half of that to the weight of the packaging, and then half of it to the cigars. So I would say about an ounce. Been a while since Hugo has brought up an ounce. Yeah, so I'm not sure where how you're getting so many grams off of, if there's 20 there's about 28 grams in 1 ounce. How do you get uh maybe they're saying micrograms nicotine content. Let me see. I was like half asleep when I did this. How much nicotine is in a cigar? Between 100 and 200 milligrams. Oh, milligrams. Okay, so it's million thousand. So point 0.2. Okay, so it's a little bit, dude. It's a fucking little bit. It's like nothing. Milligrams. Yeah, because we're talking about conversion of grams to ounces. All right, so that makes sense. So it's like fucking 2 decimal points less of the actual weight of the cigar. So it's not that much, but it does have it. So they're attributing to it. One thing I could assure you is that nicotine is very good for your digestive system and your bowel movement. Because a lot of times when I'm done smoking a cigar here, bro, and got coffee, uh, you know, yes, it's a what are they? I think they actually label it as a natural. What's that word that makes you defecate? Natural laxative, right? Or something like that, or I don't know what the actual terminology is. I've actually that's funny, dude. So yeah, so let's see if there's anything here that kind of okay. So another thing is like the age restriction thing. Um, I actually was talking to Sean because he age restricted his Opus X video unboxing thingy, and so what that does, it forces the viewer to log in to make sure that they're at least 18 years old. So it's gonna what do you call it? It's not gonna put your video out there for the masses. So it's gonna kind of like shadow ban it. So you probably shouldn't click age restrict because I think Pig Jimmy had the video where he's talking about the whole age restriction. It literally doesn't matter because they can just go and age restrict your channel if it's screen or your video. Yeah, so it doesn't really matter. If anything, you can put like this is not made for kids, so it probably shouldn't be streamed on like YouTube Kids or whatever, right? And I agree with that. You don't want like 6, 7 year olds watching cigar content, right? Well, I don't have that age group kids anymore. But okay, so another thing is the strikes. So strikes on the channel, I think it works where like, and it explains it here. Um, oh, and by the way, this is not like, how do they call it? The list they have, it's not complete list. They can kind of like screen your channel at will, and just kind of like flag whatever they want, to be honest with you. So that's what sucks. So it says, if it's your first time violating a guideline, you'll likely get a warning with no penalty to your channel. And it says, if you get let's say it says you take a policy training class to allow the warning to expire after 90 days. So if you get a warning, all right, and that 90-day period starts when you complete the course, not when the warning is issued. So if the same policy is violated within that 90-day window, let's say, and here's the thing, is it for content that you have already on your channel, which they screen, or is it for new content? It doesn't say that, but it just says if it's violated, again, the same policy within the 90-day window, the warning may not expire and you may be given a strike. If you violate a different policy after completing your training, you will get another warning. And here's the the actual important stuff right here. So in order for them to terminate your channel, it's 3 strikes and you're out, right? But that has to happen within those 90 days. So if it's outside of that, they won't terminate your channel. And there's like a whole hyperlink here where you can click and you can actually go and see the actual details of that. Hey, good morning, Alex. Buenos días, señor. So it says we may terminate your channel or account for repeated violations of the community guidelines or TOS terms of service. We may also terminate your channel or account after a single case of severe abuse or when the channel is dedicated to a policy violation. So something they would determine is very severe, they can just like shut you down like that, right? So that's pretty crazy. Got the sniffles, smoke a cigar. Cigars and poop, yep, they go hand in hand, buddy. What's up, Luke? Good morning, bro. What are you smoking? ¿Qué pasa, señor? Are there any youth issues getting cigars underage? Don't they gravitate towards are you talking about vapes? Oh yeah, vapes. Yeah, yeah. I don't think, I think the younger generations are into that fucking gunk, right? They like getting gunk in their in their um in their lungs. So, but again, for them because it's not only about cigars, it's about like their whole list of items which are not tolerable on YouTube, right? They don't want that content. So but for the most part, I think that I don't think anybody's been given a strike for lies that I know of. Don't quote me on that. Could be wrong. I've only heard like for like pre-recorded stuff, right? So I don't know what you know how strict they are on lives, but it applies to everything like shorts, lives, videos. Um, what's up, Randall? Good morning, sir. Ben, I have to agree. Up here, average cigar is 30 plus. Teens are not choosing cigars over cigarettes. Yeah, and I think that's how much like a vape goes for, right? Like about $30 or teens or something like that. You know, $20. I don't know. And they can reuse and reuse that thing. You know, they're fucking USB rechargeable now, and they just I think they buy like the little refill vials. I don't know. Shooting a review. Are you reviewing that fucking cigar you're smoking, bro? Let's see. I saw it in the morning, but got distracted. Oh, the Namakubi. How is that one? The Namakubi. I think I have it. Is that the one that comes in that like at the huge band with the tissue paper? Or am I confusing it for something else? 'Cause I think I have that one. Casa Magna Nights. I've only smoked the 15th anniversary. And I want to say that's a Nicaraguan Puro, maybe. So yeah, so it says finally it says we may prevent repeat offenders from taking policy training in the future. And if you want to know more about that content, you should click that link. So we're not gonna do that today. So yeah, man, that's the current community guideline TOS that's there. Again, I don't know what the previous one was. I forget. I looked it up before. I don't know if that changed. But that's what it is. Realm Cigars asking when am I uploading the 25th anniversary? It's gonna come out. Let's see. I think I should be able to have that ready next week because I have the Oscurio dropping tomorrow morning. I have the Davidoff Year of the Snake on Tuesday, and I think I can drop that one Saturday, or if I have another one ready, I'll do Thursday, Saturday for next week. So next week, bro, for sure. I know he's really excited to see that review and smoke it for himself. Vapes all over high schools. Yeah, they're really easy to get. And, you know, certain platforms kind of promote that. Certain platforms promote that. Randall's. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. The Namakubi. Yeah, okay. So it's that one. Well, it looks pretty nice, actually, man. I mean, it's got like all that artwork on the huge thingy. I mean, for like presentation, I like it. You can't see the tobacco, but I think it's different. I don't know. The fucking Johnny Tobacco Nut Perfecto comes with that too. I think it looks pretty nice. Finally getting that nutty rustiness back here, starting the last third of the cigar. But yeah, no, this cigar is no, not really my wheelhouse. Too much of that cayenne, dry pepper note on the palate, a Retro Hill. It's got like a dry woodiness. So, but the good news is that tonight gonna be hanging out with my brother Sal Jenko at Cigar Warehouse in, I think, Sherman Oaks. Is that correct, Sal? Or Studio City, somewhere in the valley. I think Michael Herklotz is coming down, so pretty excited about that. And I'm sure we're gonna be smoking way better cigars than this one tonight. So I'm gonna not smoke anything after the live and freshen up my palate for tonight. Yes, sir. Realm Cigars is asking, amazing, waiting for the two Davidoff as well. So I have, oh yeah, the two Davidoffs. Yeah, you're right, exactly. The Year of the Snake and the Oscurio. Nice, hell yeah. We got High Roller Cigars in the house. What's up, brother? Let us know what you're smoking. Let us know what you're smoking this morning. The wrap is what took time for me to. Yeah. Now, did you acclimate your cigar out of the tissue and all that stuff, or did you leave it in there? Is the question. Because I took my Perfecto out. I don't remember if I had to cut the cap. But I did have to cut the cap off of the Opus 25th because there's a huge difference between the foot and the cap, like 8%. So I actually just cut it, and you'll see it in the review video. Um, for me, I'd rather do that than to be having like draw issues, burn issues. And even at that, I think I had to relight the Opus once. So, it's just the moisture content, it just messes with the combustion on it, man. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah, baby. Austin Powers. Groovy, baby. Hell yeah, bro. First time I'm gonna be visiting that cigar warehouse, and I think that's the brick and mortar for Perfect Cigar Blend, right, Sal? Am I correct about that? See, this one here, I can feel it. It's kind of wanting to go out here at the end, and there was a little bit of a difference between the cap and the foot. But I decided to smoke this cigar barely yesterday, or I think Thursday night. So I put it in the dry box, cut the cap, and actually I didn't cut the cap on Thursday night. I cut the cap yesterday when I got home from work because it wasn't evening out. So I'm gonna ash it purposely. And that's the thing. So let's see. Nice. Yo, baller stuff there. Hell yeah. Pull up, bro. Nah, bro. I fucking grabbed and reviewed it. Probably why I go. Yeah. And I saw it. It's kind of like a little bit tapered foot and tip, right? So, it's a darker shade. Actually, we were talking about this with Dave of Small Batch because we're behind backstage talking about the whole SOM experiment thing. And I asked them like, hey, how did that go? So I think there was a consensus that the Saint Blanc smoked, or people liked the profile at a higher RH, right? So for me, that's exactly what I do. I smoke the lighter shades at a little bit higher RH than 60, because for me 60 is like my 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 money RH, right? 60. From there, depending on the shade, so like a medium shade, um, claro, like a habano claro, a rosado, sun grown, something like that. That's not really dark or not really light. I'll smoke somewhere 60 plus or minus, 1 or 2%. Lighter shades, it's true. I've been experimenting and I enjoy them a little bit higher RH in general. Okay. And then the darker shades, Sumatra, Maduros, broadleaf, San Andres, Mexico, even like Ecuadorian Oscuros, whatever dark shade, thick wrapper, smokes a lot better at a lower RH, at least for me. And it makes sense because it's a thicker leaf, holds more moisture content, right? So the RH. So when people ask, is it necessarily to smoke to dry box your cigar? I would say, yeah. I mean, whatever you want to call it, dry boxing, acclimating. I mean, even you should more importantly bring it into equilibrium with the environment that you're smoking it in. I keep my humidors at 62 degrees Fahrenheit. Today was a pretty warm morning. It was already like, see, it's already 71 right now. When I woke up, it was like 68. Um, so that dry box, it's acclimated to the environment. So I think that's a very important important point that you should be aware of when smoking your cigars. What's up, Julio? Good morning, bro. How did that Girls Gun Gold finish? I know two guys that say that cigar is phenomenal. One, I really trust his palate. The other one, I don't know. Um, what's up, AGG Minion on Instagram? Good morning, bro. How you doing? Okay, so the way I interpret relative humidity is the following, and this is gonna get into science. As you all know, I'm a civil engineer, so I study fucking science up the yin yang. So as far as like what the cigar makeup is, it's constructed of. So it's got tobacco, right? And it's got air voids, right? So the air voids also hold humidity, right? Air holds humidity. So relative humidity is like you're taking into account the air voids and the tobacco. So it's giving you an average. So when you stick that probe in there, it's not really giving you 100% the tobacco. It's actually giving you also the water content of the air inside the air voids of the cigar. And the relationship between humidity and temperature is inverse. So as temperature goes up, the humidity goes down, and vice versa. So it's an inverse. It's a proportion, right? You remember cross multiply like that. So that's the way it works. And it's got everything to do with like the amount of moisture the air holds. I mean, you can look it up and it's a whole ordeal, but in general, just acclimate your cigars to the temperature. I think it's very important. If you can leave the cigar out or in a box that's not air conditioned, uh, that's going to be in the smoking environment you're smoking, and it should burn well. Because like even for me, like when I didn't have the little fucking probe thingy, what I did you know the physical thing, touch the cigar, make sure it's doesn't have really dry, soft spots, and that's the best we can do without the probe. I don't know. I haven't smoked it myself, but what I hear is that kind of like, I don't know if it was like a smooth profile, but I know that some people got like buttery notes on that cigar. And if I can remember, I think they said like maybe like a cedar, because it's a Connecticut wrapper, right? So cedary, but it's like real buttery and creamy. So I don't know if that's what your experience or not, but who knows? And you're right. If you rushed it, you cannot rush a Lancero, man. You have to really take your time on Lanceros. You should smoke it very delicately, very, very nonchalantly, very slow. So really, really, really slow down on those from my personal experience. Yeah. So like I said, it's an inverse. One goes up, the other one goes down. Ha! Thanks, man. Makes sense why people who don't know just use the 7070. Yeah, and whatever. That, I guess, that's a good starting point, 7070. But for us that are more, you know, cigar nerds, more careful with our cigars, we really want to be more careful with that, right? And I think we all do a pretty good job of taking care of our cigars. But that's why it's important to. I know that, for example, you, Randall, you don't really plan your reviews, but I think maybe for the smoking experience, so you can kind of have a better experience, you should at least kind of like, because what you can do is just line them up for the week. Let's say, oh, I really want to smoke these cigars this week. Line them up, and then if you don't smoke them, just put them back in the humidor. That's fine. Paper bag, newspaper, and hint of butter. So yeah, so I guess it's true. It's buttery, it's creamy, but you know, um, I don't know. Maybe that paper bag note that you're saying is because you might have smoked a little bit too fast. Because again, remember, this thing has a bunch of tar, so the faster you smoke it, the more tar buildup, which is it muddles the cigar profile, right? So I don't know. But this is why I smoke really slow. Like I take forever. Like I lit up the cigar at 7:45 and it's 9 now. So 9:10. So it's an hour and 25 minutes and I still am working on the last third. See. Some people finish totals in an hour. And I think that's too fast. What's up, Arturito Garcia? What's up, bro? Where you been? Good morning, bro. Mia Brands. Buenos días, Mia desde Puerto Rico. Ah, okay. Well, user error there. I mean, and don't get me wrong, dude. I pulled out cigars out of the Humi, and pretty much just let them acclimate for like 20-30 minutes, and they smoke great. It also depends on the tobacco, right? But again, you're smoking that fucking cigar that's covered in 2 layers of packaging material, nowhere near ready to smoke, right? In my opinion. Um, but it is what it is, man. What's up, Buzz? I'm actually smoking a JR exclusive. You can see that it says JR. Oh, like this. Not flipping you off, bro. It's my index. But it's a JR exclusive. JR cigars. This one in particular is a bu- 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 bum. Oh, it's got fillers from Peru, which I didn't taste any filler from Peru. I mean, if they're supposed to taste anything like a Peruvian puro, this is not the jam, dude. It's not the definitely the whatever other fillers they got in here, the binder and the wrapper is taking over this profile for sure. Um, and I don't know what the percentage ratio of the tobacco is, but yeah, that's what I'm smoking. There's one other one. It's called the fuck. I forget what the name is, but it's a blue band, and it's a Nicaraguan puro. It's got omatepe filler and I think binder, and it's got like some type of Nicaraguan wrapper. Um. So yeah, man. And then I just talked about YouTube TOS guidelines. So yeah, I mean, I know you don't create content, but for the people that do create or are looking to create content, yes, I do believe you could, bro. I do believe you could. Yeah. I mean, I think eventually we're gonna have to make our own fucking domain, dude. To be honest with you, uh, that's what I'm thinking. I don't know. So we'll see what happens, bro. I mean, it's unfortunate because we have all our archive. Well, I save all my videos. They're on fucking external hard drives. But people like we get a lot of residual views, right? We got people looking into cigars all the time, man. You go into your analytics and you see the click impressions. It's people like researching cigars, all the time. Um, and it's I don't know. I guess you can kind of like organize your YouTube page like that, but I think it's a little bit uh it would be a little bit more tedious. I don't know how much programming you need. Like let's say like Hound Dog has his Hound Dog and Master Ash have their pages. They look pretty simple. I think you kind of have to like go through pages. I don't know if you can actually search for a video, but we'll see, man. We'll see where this journey takes us. We got Felix Gonzalez from Tamboril in the house. ¿Qué pasa, Felix? Buenos días, señor. ¿Cómo está? Angel saying, I agree. One should enjoy their cigar with time and relaxation. A Toro shouldn't take you 30 to 45 minutes. It should take you at least an hour and a half. Yeah, I would say about 30 minutes per third. That's what it takes me for a Toro, at least, right? I always say, if you don't have the time to smoke a bigger cigar, just choose a small one. Don't rush it. It shouldn't be a thing that you rush. It should be a ritual that that you can take your time on, enjoy it. The fucking toilet paper, bro. The paper mache, the tissue paper. Oh, Felix está en Nueva York. Oh, that's right. He had an event over there. Hey, ¿cómo va el evento en Nueva York? ¿Cómo va todo? Oh, I mean, obviously, you guys follow my channel, so I have the first full Spanish review was released on Tuesday. I probably should have released it for Cinco de Mayo, but I released Tuesday, so it is what it is. But yeah, man, that was a nice exercise for me. Sound like a fucking dweeb on there, like trying to be all fucking using like proper Spanish and stuff, like. But hopefully I can get some more in and practice more of the. It's different, from the Spanish I speak. Obviously, slang, versus appropriate Spanish. Qué bueno, Felix. Suerte, man. Suerte. Luego nos conectamos para hacer otro enlace. So Felix is one of the guys that I had. He's a roller that I had like a while back. He does those artistic Salomons and cigars or whatever. But yeah, good guy, man. Good guy. My fucking lighter. Getting some wind now. It's moving my curtain. So yeah, see, this cigar needs a little bit of a touch up here, and it's nearing the end. So hey, thanks, man. Yeah, I'm kind of near it. It's been writing in the 900s for a while, and I don't know. It's at this point. I mean, I don't know. Does it really matter? Does it really matter, man? Like, it's kind of like, are we, are we doing it? We're pretty much just doing it for ourselves and for people to, kind of like get an idea of our experience, right? So it's all good. Again, other than collabing with people, maybe brands, that's the biggest payout of actually like having the channel, to be honest with you, because monetization is like out the window. You don't do that. So but the engagement is also fun, right? The engagement during the premieres, people, shooting the shit in the chat, the lives. You flush that cigar out. Felix is saying, bien, gracias a Dios. Good, man. I'm happy. Contento. Soy contento por ti. Qué bien. Tedious? What the fuck, bro? Hey, bro, I'd rather hang out with Edgar in person, man. He's got a way better personality online, in person than online. Online, he's a fucking bully, bro. Fucking bullies everybody. Fucking Edgar, man. But yeah, man. So it's Mother's Day weekend. What are you guys doing for your mamas? I mean, if they're still with us, Um, for me, my mom, she's pretty specific. She whatever we do for her, she wants it done on Diaz de Mayo, which is tomorrow. Latino Latin Mother's Day, right? And it happens to be back to back with regular Mother's Day, Sunday. But taking my mom out to brunch tomorrow, and then hanging out with the other mom in the afternoon. And that's pretty much it. Sunday, I don't know, just kick back. But yeah, I always, my mom sometimes works weekends. She's about to retire, so hopefully, that happens soon, sometime this year. But I always, I always like taking her out, spending time with her. It's better. I mean, I also buy her like flowers, give her a gift. I think, spending time is a lot more rewarding than, here's your fucking gift card for Target or whatever, right? Spend time with our old folks. Um, get it, Edgar. Taking my wife and her mom to Lilac Garden Festival. They get in free. Nice, bro. Is that in San Diego somewhere? Man, the smoke production increased on this sucker, huh? Unfortunately, the cigar didn't get better for me. But if you like, cayenne pepper type of notes, um, kind of like, it's got like a light leather undertone with that earthiness. Um, and on the retro hail, it kind of diminished a little bit on the sting. But if people like that note, I think they might understand that. They might enjoy it. I mean, oh shit, really, bro? Damn, that sucks. I don't think. I mean, I don't know. I haven't looked into it. I don't even make reservations. I mean, there's so many brunch spots here in my area now. Uh, I haven't even realized that, bro. But I'm assuming maybe Sunday it's super packed. Um, I have noticed though that after COVID, places don't get as busy as before, because a lot of people got into like hanging out at home, um, cooking at home, making their event at home. I think what for me, uh, like new spots get like really busy now. Because of like social media, like TikTok blows up all these brunch spots, right? And everybody's into brunch now. Like, oh, it's the thing to do. Let's go have brunch. I don't know. I kind of like brunch menu because it's a mix between breakfast and lunch. So for me, when I go to those places, what I like about it is the dessert, man. They have like banger fucking waffles, French toast. They're fucking sugar galore. But like once in a while, it's nice to have that, right? Because I'm an old man, bro. I have fucking toast and oatmeal every morning. So Santa Isabela, nice, bro. I never been there, but hopefully you guys enjoy that, man, and you guys have a blast. My cigar of the day on Instagram saying to those who still have their mothers in their lives, give them a huge hug and tell them thank you. May God continue to give them life as I wish mine was still here in the flesh. Yeah, man, exactly. Um, my mom says that once she like enjoy her while she's still here with us. Once she's in the grave, like what for? Like don't go fucking take the banda to the grave and go visit me every day for what? Do that now in the flesh. And she's right, because a lot of us forget about our folks. We get too into our daily routine, forget to even call. Like I try to call my mom at least like 2-3 times a week. She's right here, a few blocks away, but still, she's again, she works weekends, so our schedules don't line up all the time. But when they do, hang out. And it's funny because now, like, I'm the one that's like inviting him over to eat. Like, she doesn't eat like fresh seafood or pork. She's got that dietary restriction already. But when I make stuff that she likes, like enchiladas, chicken enchiladas. She loves fucking the beef soup and the caldo de res, right, which we call. And I love making that thing. I always invite her, like, hey mom, come and eat, after you get off of work, and great time. Get that fiber, yeah, bro. Fiber and fucking natural laxative right here. That's all you need. Mother's Day breakfast out. Forget about it. Way too packed, no price. Saturday night dinner for us. My mama's 85 now. God bless her. God bless your mother. Yes, sir. You know, it's unfortunate, like I people just like cigar retailers price gouge these things, you know, re, eateries price gouge on special events. Flowers are, overpriced. It is what it is, man. People got to make a living. Angel saying, I agree with your mom 100%. Thank you, brother. I hope you have a great weekend. Buen cigarros, Felix on Instagram is saying. Ha! Thanks, bro. And I learned from my mom. That's a typical fucking dish from where we're from, Mexico. So, I picked it up from her. I think I'm the one in the family that got her fucking that I got the cooking genes from her, because I cook exactly like her, bro. Like, no recipes, I just know the ingredients. I don't have anything, any template. I just cook and cook to taste. So thanks, man. I'm glad you enjoyed them. And my birthday's coming around, so be ready for that. Still thinking of what we're doing, but it'll be something. Angel saying I'll be with my queens. Nice, man. Enjoy that. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy. And with that, pretty much done here, man. Great show, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for participating. So I don't need to revisit this cigar. Great idea, though, to incorporate the tobaccos from around the world, is what they're saying on their description. Don't even mention it, bro. That's my deal, bro. That's me right there, bro. Yeah, it's my calling card right there, bro. The Home Depot apron. I love that thing. I have 2 replacements, so kept a few souvenirs when I was in the building department, bro. Thanks, Angel, saying great show. Yeah, guys. All right, so I gotta go get a haircut and ship some cigars out and do stuff, and gotta get ready to hang out with my brother Sal later on, man. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Enjoy the time with your mamas. Go visit them. Give them if they're not here with us, give them a few moments of silence for them, in respect. Catch you guys on the next one. Have a great weekend.
Thanks for tuning in today. Hope you had some fun and smoked a great cigar. Let's keep the good vibes going all weekend long.
Hugo Smokers is out, gonna let the day begin. Don't forget to sub and like to always bring you cheer. Hugo Smokes is out, gonna let the day begin. Don't forget to sub and like to always bring you cheer.
Thanks for tuning in today. Hope you had some fun and smoked a great cigar. Let's keep the good vibes going all weekend long.
Hugo Smokers is out, gonna let the day begin. Don't forget to sub and like to always bring you cheer.